On this next session, we're going to look just at lesson 76, and we're going to look at trig proofs or trig identities. I call them trig proofs, but they want you to prove or show that cotangent x over cosecant x is equal to cosine x. And in order to do that, you're going to need to have these different identities written down. And I went ahead and squared them in my book. But you're going to want to write them down, have them on a formula page, because you're going to need all of these when you're substituting different things. Now, cotangent x is the same as a couple of identities. Cotangent x is equal to cosine x over sine x, and then cosecant x is equal to 1 over sine x. Okay, so right here, cotangent x, these are just things you would have written on your formula page. And then you would substitute these. Cotangent x, you have cosecant x over sine x, all over, because see, in place of cotangent x, we put that right there. And then in place of cosecant x, we're going to put 1 over sine x. So when you flip it and bring it to the top, it becomes sine x over 1. And what you're left with is cosine x, and you just proved that cosine x, we just proved, trig identity, that those were equal to each other. We'll just maybe add some more to that side as we come across. Here's another problem. Sine x, cotangent x. Work that out until it equals that. Kind of prove that those two are equal. Well, one thing is cotangent x, we remember, is cosine x over sine x. We'll leave sine x alone. Those will cancel. Cosine x is the same. Went ahead and wrote that one over there. Cosine x is the same as 1 over secant x. 1 over secant x. Those check out. We just proved that one there. And once again, these are the different things that you can have written down so you can substitute. Here's the next thing they ask you. They say cosine negative theta times sine 90 minus theta is equal to cosine squared theta. Well, two more that you find in your trig identity list is that cosine negative theta is the same thing as cosine theta. You also find that sine 90 minus theta is cosine theta. When you multiply those two together, you get cosine squared theta, which is what they wanted you to get. So these first few are pretty easy. It's just kind of getting you into this. We're just going to have to go over these more in class for you to get used to those.